402 Sports Truck talking the oldest form of combat sports in the world, boxing.
First time.
More importantly, the probably one of the biggest fights in boxing history.
No, I think it's a big gimmick fight. It might be important now because of the way the generations see it. Our old heads, we want to see Tyson. Well, yeah, he probably throw a heavy right, but everybody wants to see Tyson knock him out, and
It's been advertised long enough.
Oh yeah,
since
yeah,
July, even before July.
It really
back and forth, man, forever.
So the first, we're just going to do the main card. Our first fight on the main card is Nero Goyat versus Wenderson Nunes. I didn't find a whole lot about them two, but they're kind of virtually unknowns in boxing.
Are they pro or are they?
They want to be pro.
Okay, yeah. So it makes sense why you put them on this card. It's a good chance for them to shine.
What's their showcase? That I don't know. I couldn't find anything solid on that.
No records or anything. How many
I couldn't find anything like professional boxing. They really don't have anything because they're not professional boxers.
Oh. Well, hopefully they do good. Who's up?
They're trying to become professional.
Yeah, sure.
But they're both decent fighters. I mean, they've had some decent bouts on very small cards.
What do you do? You got to get your ring time in there.
Yeah,
that's the only way you can freaking dang get to the pro is if you're get out there and fight.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Jake does.
Yeah,
Jake does exactly that. It may be gimmick fights and calling out old guys and stuff like that, but he's still getting out there and boxing.
Yeah, I mean I believe this is gonna be a good card. And there's one fight, and it's not the Tyson Paul fight that I'm looking forward most.
It's the rematch.
It's the rematch. The rematch. So before, I mean, on the first bout, I mean, it's kind of 50-50, as is the following fight is kind of a coin flip on who I think would win, because they're both very similar style fighters. They're kind of more reaction fighters, counter punchers. Just who's going to be more sharp come fight night, I think is going to play the biggest role.
Who's going to show up that night?
Right.
They're both deserving enough to win, but who's going to show up that night?
Yeah, and in the fights that I've seen them in, I mean, they were okay. They were okay. I just think they need more showcase. They need more time in the ring. But yeah, if I had to pick a winner, I'd probably go with Nunes. Yeah, Nunes.
I'd have to see him. I didn't pay attention to it.
Taking nothing away from Goya, because he's actually, he tried to fight Jake, but I don't know what happened. He's from India, I believe. Goya's from India.
He's not popular enough.
Right. He's not a money.
Jake he's a attention grab. That's what he wants. Most attention.
Right. And it's kind of it boils down to, you don't bring anything to the table money wise. How do you sell a fight to somebody you don't know who the opponent is when people don't know?
It's kind of hard. You have to be really good on your one side, and I think Jake is almost starting to become Floyd Mayweather with the whole, people are buying that card to watch him lose. Mm-hmm. That's why people are buying that card, and that's what happened with Mayweather. They bought the card for him to lose, and then they didn't lose. And then exactly, it never did. But he made a killing off of everybody wanting him to lose so bad. And that's
everybody on this card is going to go home with fucking deep pockets.
Oh hell yeah!
There are morons out there that are going to be like, "Oh man, I'm getting this fight because I hope Jake kicks his ass."
Well, Jake Paul's making more on this fight than Tyson is.
Well, he's promoting the fight too.
That's why it's happening. It's all his promotions. All the money's his. Ring is his. All the money's his.
Yeah.
He just puts
So on
a really
this,
big giant birthday party for him to go box.
yeah. I mean, it's good. Everybody's gonna walk away with a big fat paycheck, regardless of what happens.
I've never heard anybody bitch about the money coming out of those Jake fights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The Masvidal fight, they didn't get paid for that shit. Yeah, there was a lot going on with a lot of small organizations that are trying to get started up and people don't get paid. I've never heard a backlash about pay once in the Jake Paul promotions.
The next fight on the main card, is Mario Barrios versus Abel Ramos. Like I said, it's a 50-50. Both very talented fighters. Both quick to. You're going Ramos? The match I watched, or the fight that I watched, they both lost. So it was kind of hard to judge. But I like Barrios. The matches the fights that I watched on YouTube with them in it.
Lost. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, how did
I think Barrios actually lost, or actually they were both lost by decision. They weren't knocked out. Yeah. That was an exhibition though. That was an exhibition.
No, it's this.
I'll take Barrios, man. I'll take Barrios. He's taller, just a couple inch reach advantage.
This is billed as an exhibition, Tyson and Paul.
Is it really?
Yep.
No, I thought it was a sanctioned deal.
Yep.
They don't have to make weight?
Well, they're two different weights, aren't they?
I think Jake went up.
Jake's way bigger than Tyson.
Jake is way bigger. Look at
He's
all
taller.
of look at all of Jake's fights. All of Jake's fight, he outweighs his opponent by at least 10 pounds, 15 pounds. Look at all of his fights. That's Jake's way of doing it, is fight me, and then he comes in large and he beats up the small guy. He was bigger than fucking Nate.
Well, Nate's not a big dude to begin with, though.
Exactly my point.
But Tyson's thicker than a Snicker.
Yeah, but Tyson's not very tall either, and he's old, so he's not wearing as much muscle as he is weight.
Well, I tell you what, man, he's
weight.
He's from the interview I just watched, man. He's a brick shit house.
Yeah. Look at the tail of the tape.
Let me bring it up here. God damn it. All right.
Tyson's not a very big guy. I mean, he's built like a brick house for sure, but he's not.
Very lean.
So Tyson's billed at 5'10". Jake Paul's 6'1". Jake does have a 5-inch reach advantage.
But their weight.
It's not saying a weight.
I don't want you to know. Oh, you all sons of bitches on the internet. Yo, damn internet. They got you, Randy. They're coming for you.
That was CNN or NBC.
Oh, what the hell?
I'll go ESPN tail of tape.
What's straight to Google?
ESPN didn't do it either.
I don't think they worry too much about the weight. They just worried about how much they're going to make on that fight.
Oh, that's for sure. That's what it's all about, Bert. That's what it's all about. All about the money.
Yeah.
You think it's become this big old hoopla, and they just used Mike Tyson as a good catfish to put out there for all of us to be like, "Oh, Tyson's gonna whoop his ass." I think Tyson gets knocked out.
I still think Tyson's going to knock his ass out. Though.
I hope so. I hope Tyson cleans his clock and knocks.
Paul coming in at 199 and Tyson's coming in at 220.
Oh,
there's no way Paul is only weighing 199.
That's what it says.
Holy shit!
There ain't no way. That dude's thick as fuck right now.
This could be from. Oh, that was 8 months ago.
I don't think he was. I think he weighed more than that 8 months ago.
That's what it says.
As he just said today
Oh,
on
here
an
we go.
interview today, during one of his interviews I was listening to, and he said that he's been stuffing himself with beans and rice and everything like that to thicken him up, because if he stops stuffing himself, he'll drop down to about 200 pounds easy. So he's got to keep on stuffing himself to keep his weight up. Imagine that, having to eat. You don't want to, you just have to fucking shovel food in your mouth.
He's 210. 210
Today?
today. Oh, well,
What's
2 days ago. 2 days
What's
ago.
Tyson today?
220.
220. All right, so he's only got 10 pounds.
Yeah.
But this is a lot big age difference too.
Yeah. Well, let's get back to the card though. We kind of got off on a tangent there. So the co-main event is what I'm looking forward to. Katie Taylor against Amanda Serrano 2. I'm telling you, that first match that they had, that first fight, banger.
Banger.
What's the
Banger.
deal with the 2-minute rounds? I don't get that.
It is what
Honestly,
it is.
I don't know.
It's explosive.
Yeah, you got that makes every punch count, every movement count. You can't be sloppy, and you can't hug, and you can't do that. It takes all that crap out of there.
It'll
So
be
how many rounds are
fast-paced.
10.
Yeah. Really shortens the fight a lot.
It does. It does. But man, I'm telling you, watching that Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano fight,
Yeah, I watched
just how fast it went. It was a fast going fight.
But so 2 minutes is so quick in a fight. 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's over before you know it.
But you're
The
so
one knock.
too.
Yeah, the one knock I will put on Katie Taylor is she's a counterpuncher. And she in the first fight she backed up a lot, which kind of got her in trouble. If she presses Serrano like Serrano was pressing her, you got a totally different fight.
It's all how you show up. And if you show up flat-footed and not want to
Mhm.
press the fight, everything like that, you're going to start getting beat up.
Yeah. And
Unless you're a good counter and you start throwing hard.
yeah. And Serrano, man, she's got good power. In the first fight, she was wearing gym shoes. She wasn't even wearing boxing shoes.
Yeah, they're both good fucking fighters. They're both going to
Yeah,
go.
very good, very good.
And
Yeah.
I think I can see them two crossing paths later on in their career.
Oh, definitely, definitely. And I think Katie Taylor is the champion still. She's still undefeated. After that last fight, it was 21-0.
Damn, she had a bunch of fights.
But Serrano is right there too, because I think she's had 30 professional fights and only lost one that I know of.
Oh yeah, because I think it was undefeated, wasn't it?
At that time, I believe it was, yeah. And Serrano came up from flyweight to fight Katie Taylor. So I think it's going to be a great fight. Katie squeaked out a win in the first match, but man, she's so good, but I got to go for Katie.
It should be fun.
I'm glad they having women on that card, man.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they? You don't like women, Albert?
No, I ain't got nothing against. Actually, I like it.
I'm just messing with you.
Women's boxing has come a long way. Long way.
Holly Holm, first person
Yeah.
who knocked out Ronda. First person to beat the brakes off her. And what was it? Boxing. And Ronda thought she got box with her. And she said, bop, boom. And Ronda should have just went to her coup de grace, take him down, start wrapping up her legs, figuring out how to get out of that round. Nope. She stood right back up and thought, I'm going to throw my hands up and I'm going to fight you again. Well,
Yeah.
okay, point, point. She said, where the hell am I? Ah! Oh, I got one in the face.
And she turned her back to her. That's a big.
She was
Yeah.
lost. She
Got
stumbled
knocked out. She got
away.
hit behind the head.
No, she didn't. She got hit right in the face because she stumbled. She turned around and stumbled, and she walked that way. And Holly just said, "Whoa!" and hit her right there with a front kick to the face, and that's what knocked her completely the fuck out.
It was on the side of her face, because she like broke her jaw or fractured her jaw or something. Supposedly, I don't know.
And that
But
was because her mouthpiece.
Yeah,
Her mouthpiece was jacked up, and she just wasn't in the fight.
you can tell. You know, the knock on Ronda when she was a fighter is that she couldn't throw. And the fight before she threw with, I can't remember who it was, but she actually knocked her out. And she didn't use any jujitsu or whatever that
She knocked
is.
out a
Jujitsu,
couple people. Are you
judo,
talking about?
judo.
Are you talking about? Beth Carrera.
Is that who she fought before? Holly?
Yeah, the big girl. She was a
Yeah,
big girl. She was almost like a China-looking girl.
yeah.
Yeah, Beth Carrera. I said, "I'm gonna knock you out, you little bitch." And then I kind of like that too, because she's like, "I'm gonna knock you out, you little bitch." And then all of a sudden, Ronda just came up high and just boom and hit her and dropped her clean. She goes, "I knocked you out, bitch," and turned around and walks off. And I was like, "Oh, that was warranted." I liked that. That was warranted.
Yeah,
That was warranted
yeah.
because that's what Beth said to her, and she knocked Beth clean the fuck out.
I don't take nothing away from Ronda Rousey. She was good, but I think she was overrated.
I don't think she was overrated. I think she was ahead of her game.
I think she got bored
She was
towards
very
the end.
was ahead of her game. A lot of people you see, a lot of girls, ladies, females you see fighting now are fighting a lot because of Ronda Rousey, what she did. And
Oh, I believe that.
you can't Misha Tate, you can't take her out of that either. Misha Tate was a big part of the leading of the women's thing. And that was a big start movement of what they did. And a lot of women fight now because of Ronda, but she was way
Well,
ahead of her time.
thank you. You can go
They don't
sit
have
over
the
there.
fighter.
We're here now.
They don't have the fighter spirit. I was never a Ronda fan. I was the guy who tuned in to want to see Ronda lose. I was a huge Misha Tate fan.
I was too, but I liked Ronda too. I'll admit it. As a
I
fighter, I like Ronda.
Ronda, but I didn't like her. I didn't like her at all. I felt
The
like she was just like Gina Carano, and she ended up being the same as Gina Carano.
Yeah, the one thing I didn't like about Ronda is that the Ultimate Fighter, the bullshit that she pulled on Ultimate Fighter, I couldn't get behind that. I was pulling for Misha Tate in that fight.
And then what even put more fucking salt in my sweet tea was when she went to the WWE. If I'm not the top here, then I'm not I don't want to be here.
Yeah, you see, that's what turned me off about Ronda.
Queen is the top. Becky Lynch is the top. All these guys. Hey, your bestie, Baszler, she's more top than you are.
Yeah.
No pun intended, lesbians, I love you. But I'm just saying, it's ridiculous how Ronda acts. She acts like if I'm not the draw, I'm not going to be here.
Her time in WWE was not good.
No.
She
was
came in
sloppy
there,
at best.
She came in there all hot. And I mean, the fans loved, of course, she was face. She was a good.
She was
good,
over.
Yeah, she was over. But she got put down really quick when she started that running her mouth.
Well, let's be honest, she was never good on the mic. She was never really good in the ring. She sold tickets, that's why she was there.
It's her name.
Like, she wasn't good for the locker room.
No, not at all.
No.
She wasn't good for the women's movement.
When you have the likes of, and because I guarantee Rick probably didn't like her either. So you have the likes of the Queen in there, and she ain't gonna bow down to nobody, just like fucking Stone Cold and Mike Tyson. Stone Cold even admitted in that interview that it pissed him off the way he got in his fucking face. This is my ring. You have your ring, I have my ring, and you're standing in my ring.
Yeah.
And that was the way Stone Cold looked at it. Was like, this is my livelihood. This is what I'm built on. You are not standing in my ring and breaking me down, motherfucker. And then that's when the shove became real, when he really shoved him. And then all hell broke loose. Then they had to sit him down and have a conversation. This is just entertainment. There's no fighting going on here. and we would have to build this together. Yeah, but
Speaking
Stone
of fighting,
Cold first, yeah, and that's
yeah,
exactly what it was with Charlotte.
yeah,
My ring.
yeah.
You left your ring to come to my ring. I run this place. So does Becky. So does Bailey. So does so many before you,
Yeah.
especially Natty.
And after you.
Exactly. And a lot came
Natty
out.
tried to help her. Natty tried to help her, but she just wouldn't listen for some reason.
No, not at all.
That's why she only had one coach in the UFC, and he was a fucking dumbass. There's so many
Yeah.
jokes about him all over the place. I can't think of his name. Head movement, head movement, head move. If you listened closely to Ronda getting knocked out by Holly Holm, right when she throws that first combo and she goes, "Wow, you hear, you're a coach. Head movement, head movement, head movement. Stop, head movement." It's just hilarious. And somebody does a little cartoon animation. Head movement, and he just runs out of the octagon. It's hilarious because she didn't listen to anything he fucking said. I can't think of his dumbass name. It was like a 3-person team, 3 or 4-person team.
Oh, really?
They were all yes mans to her. Yes, yeah, 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 yeah. They're all
They were
yes.
there for a paycheck. That's all they give a fuck about. They didn't care about her.
Mm-mm.
I think her head coach really did. I really did. I can't think of his fucking name. You know,
Yeah.
Brendan Schaub used to bang her.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And
Okay.
she got upset that somebody found out that they were together. So that's why she broke up with him.
And then she goes to Travis Brown, another fighter.
Yeah. And then she was in the front row. Brendan does a whole bit about it on his stand-up show about Ronda being in the front row when Travis Brown beat him up. I look at this big giant Hawaiian guy. I'm like, oh shit. And he looks pissed. And I look at the front row. There's his girlfriend. It's my ex-girlfriend. Yeah, kick his ass. She said that he was like, yeah, now you know how to treat it. Now you shouldn't treat a woman like that. Brendan's like, we didn't. He came up and asked if I was all right and checked on me. And I was like, yeah, I'm good, man. He's like, hey, good fight. I was like, good fight. Thanks, man. And then he walked off and I sat there with medical. I was perfectly fine. She's like, oh, he said it. He's like, no, you don't treat a woman like this. Shut up, Rhonda. You and your stupid book.
Stupid books.
Don't
That she probably
books.
didn't even write.
Yeah, I know.
She
Just
paid
sat
somebody
there
to write it for her.
randomly about stupid stuff and somebody tried to pick pieces together.
So back to the Tyson Paul main event.
Oh, yeah, that.
Man, that's what we're here for. I'm a boxing purist. I'm a huge no doubt about it. I'm a huge Tyson fan. I just think the only thing I think Paul will have an advantage of is maybe speed and muscle twitch. Tyson age. I mean, with Tyson, you can almost throw that out the window, though, man. He's a different kind of animal. And hey, maybe I could be wrong, but
No,
man, the
you're not
dude
wrong.
is in great shape.
You're not wrong at all.
Phenomenal.
The only thing that kind of worries me, and God, I hope you don't do that. But if Jake Paul does stun Tyson, please don't fight the dude. I don't want to go back there. I love Tyson fights, man. But when he bit Holyfield, come on.
Do you know why he bit Holyfield?
Yeah,
Nut
Holyfield
shots.
done him something.
Nut shots.
Yeah, low blow.
Headbutts.
And nut shots.
Yeah, and because the one time Holyfield and a lot of other boxers have said it too. Foreman backed him up on it about the way Holyfield leans his head in heavy, always leans his head in heavy and headbutts you. He was headbutting him so much and it pissed him off. And then I guess the nut shots were there. But then when he headbutted Holyfield back, referee called on him.
Hmm.
Hey, watch the head. Watch the head. He's been headbutting me the whole fight. And then he headbutted Tyson, and then Tyson headbutted him back, and he got called again for a second time. So that's when he came out the next time. Right when he headbutted him, he spit his mouthpiece out and bit his ear. Not the most conventional thing to do, but I guess
Right.
that's what he did.
Tyson has some anger problems. I mean, everybody knows.
Well, I
Well,
mean,
actually, honestly, have either of you guys ever been in a boxing match before?
no.
Like a full-on boxing match? And your levels are so high at that time because you're in the middle of a fucking fight. We've all been in a fight before. Your level is being that fucking high and you're going for that long. Who knows what you're bound to do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna bite his fucking ear off.
Well,
I
I think
thought about it sometimes to bite somebody, when I was young.
Exactly.
I think what happened is I don't think he planned to do it. I think it was an he saw an opportunity and he thought about it. He didn't even think about it. He just did it.
So if he wasn't headbutting him, how was that ear that close to his fucking head? If that guy wasn't headbutting him.
Right. But he had to respond somehow, and maybe his response wasn't the best, but it was the response you get when you back somebody, and you know what I mean?
Hit his fucking ear off.
I can tell you this though, if the fight goes past 3 rounds, I'm gonna lean more toward Jake Paul.
But I could go ahead and count out completely there and won't be no ear biting. I don't think there's going to be anything dirty going on like that.
No.
I think there's going to be a lot of hugging once we get into like 4 and 5. 4, 5, and 6. Yeah.
Do you think it'll go that far?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
I don't.
What? So what do you think? You think Tyson knocks him out earlier than that?
2 or 3 rounds?
I think it's 3 rounds max.
For Tyson.
I don't think Tyson will be able to go past. Not
3 rounds.
not saying that he'll be drained out, but I think if it goes, say, past 4 rounds, then Tyson will, because of his age, and I don't think he has the stamina to go that far.
I think he does, but I don't think.
I may be wrong.
Okay, who has Jake fought that punches like Tyson?
Nobody that I know of.
Ill intentions.
He's only had like what, 10 fights?
The last real boxer Jake Paul fought beat him.
And I don't think he's ever fought anybody at the level of Tyson.
And you think that what was his Tommy Fury? Was that his name? You think he's on the level of Tyson?
No, not even close.
And if Tommy Fury can beat Jake Paul,
Tommy Fury actually fought a guy. I was listening to a podcast. Tommy Fury actually fought a guy who was 1 in 26. That was
about Tyson Fury?
Tommy Fury.
Tommy Fury is Tyson Fury's little brother.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so he fought a guy. He beat a guy who was 1 in 26. And Brendan was like, "Dude, it's not your game, man. 1 in 26. It's not your game, man."
But he beat Jake Paul.
I know, not Tommy Fury. I'm talking about that opponent, that guy, 1 in 26. I was like, maybe this ain't your game.
Yeah, maybe you need to retire. Call it a day.
What if you went 1 in 26 shooting pool? Probably about time to start selling your pool cues and picking up another hobby. Go be one of the dark gay boys.
Well, okay, I'll
really
be honest. If I was 1 in 26 in pool, I'd be at a pool hall every fucking day.
But yeah, he's still fighting. He lost 26 of them. If you can lose more than 15 to 20, yeah, and then what, at 15, 16, maybe you won your 17th one. There's my one. And then
finally, I'm done. Quit.
I mean, Tyson's record's 50 wins, 6 losses.
Yeah.
Jake Paul's like 10 wins or or 9 wins and 1 loss.
I just think Jason. I don't think Jake has fought anybody with the power, the precision, the technique that Tyson has. He's above his head.
But what I'm saying is what you guys said too, is 3 rounds. Give him at least 3 rounds. If he don't get it 3 rounds, Jake's going to knock him out. I don't think Tyson has that. I don't think Tyson has that longevity in him anymore. I would be surprised. And you know what? Shock the shit out of me. I'm good with it. I'm okay with it. Shock the shit out of me. Tyson knocked his head clean off his freaking shoulders. I'm okay with that. I want that.
I think that's what's going to happen. And it's going to happen early.
That's what all of us old heads say that. We all want that.
Like I said, if it doesn't happen early,
you're not going to get 1988 Mike Tyson. You're not going to get that. You
won't get that. You may get a freaking
Mike
Tyson.
We've all seen the training videos. We've all seen the Twitch videos. We've all seen the Twitter videos, or X, or whatever they call it now. Tyson is taking this very serious.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he is. Because he's
very
man.
He has to
lose. He's a man. He don't want to lose. No man wants to lose. Well, no human wants to lose. Sorry, ladies. No humans want to lose. They're going to take it very serious.
Yeah.
Very serious.
And even Tyson said that his last professional bout, he trained for 2 weeks. In a 6-month camp, he trained 2 weeks.
It was cornball. It was a cornball fight versus Roy Jones.
Well, no, not that fight. That wasn't a professional fight.
Oh, his last pro fight. Okay, I missed that. Fight. I apologize.
So, I think we see a different Tyson. We see a totally different Tyson than we see against Roy Jones Jr.
Well, I think it's a whole different fight than it was with Roy Jones, because he's not fighting another old man. Mm-hmm. He's putting himself on the line against a young man.
He has a lot to prove.
Even though they play hoochie coochie with each other all the time and shit like that.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I hope they don't play hoochie coochie.
But that's my prediction. Tyson 3 knocks him out.
When they were doing the face-off, Tyson kind of tickled him a little bit.
Me too. 3 rounds. 3. If Tyson doesn't knock him out in 3 rounds, I'm going to be surprised. But if he doesn't knock him out in 3 rounds and it goes longer than that, I'm going to linger toward Jake Paul. Because I think Tyson, with his age, and I think Tyson's going to come out to start the fight like a freaking caged animal.
And one thing that's going to make me wonder is, how big is the ring? Can Jake make Tyson wear himself out, walking around, chasing him the whole time, doing what Tyson used to do to everybody? But back in the day, Tyson had the cardio and everything like that, and the youth to be able to march him down, and chase him that whole time. And all you've seen is the black man with the black hair, the black shorts, and 2 big red fucking guns at the end of those big ass arms. And he's just come walking you down, just fucking walking you down. Are you still going to get that? Will you still get the same thing?
You don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I know. That's what makes me the most worried is once you get in the ring, and Jake Paul is going to have a lot more cardio to be able to move around and stay away from stuff like that.
If he wants to survive the first few rounds, that he's going to have to do that.
Exactly my point.
Because he won't outbox Tyson.
If you want to stand in the middle of the ring and go Justin Gaethje, freaking Max Holloway, good luck, Jake, because Tyson's going to knock you the fuck out. Or Jake can crack, dude. He can hit hard. Jake's shown he could hit hard.
I think Tyson's head movement is beyond what Jake's ability is. That's just my opinion. I mean, I said,
we all have an opinion because nobody knows what the 2 fellas in the ring are going to do. What if Jake comes in flat-footed and just can't find his rhythm and Tyson smokes him? It's whatever happens in that fight. Who cares what we say?
Anything can happen.
In the fight, anything can happen. Especially in a fight.
We're just talking heads.
Jake could get a lucky hit, a lucky punch, and
Hey, it's not
Stunned
luck.
Tyson.
It's capitalizing an opportunity.
Well, I don't know about all that. I don't think there's any of that in freaking Mike Tyson fight.
Oh,
No.
you don't think that who the hell was the first guy who knocked out Tyson?
Buster Douglas.
Buster Douglas, yeah, who went on to become a piece of shit as a human too.
And what about that other, the white dude that was in Rocky?
Vallejo, whatever.
Morrison.
Tommy Morrison.
Tyson, they never fought.
Waste of freaking talent.
He fought.
Well, he got AIDS.
Yeah, he got AIDS.
He was good, but he didn't want to let go the monster.
He never fought Tyson.
Yeah, he did.
No, he
He
didn't.
didn't.
Tommy Morrison didn't fight Mike Tyson?
Nope.
No.
I swore they
He didn't make it that far.
Tyson was in prison when Tommy started.
If Tommy got AIDS from fucking all the bitches all the time, he probably would have fought Tyson because Tyson would have got out. It probably would have been Morrison Tyson right away. Because come on, the moment he walked out those gates, and
who did Tommy Morrison fight that knocked him out in like the second round? Who? It was a well-known fighter.
Who'd he knock out?
No.
Was it Lennox Lewis?
Was it Lennox Lewis?
Knocked out who?
Tommy Morrison.
It's like the second round.
Thomas Morrison got knocked out?
Yeah.
I don't remember
big time
knocked out. I remember him knocking fools out. I don't remember him getting knocked out.
Oh yeah, he got his
Yeah, he lost like 3 or 4 fights.
And he's like, I don't have AIDS anymore. And he came back.
Soundbite. Clip it.
I don't have AIDS anymore. They did a 30 for 30 on Tommy Morrison. It was actually really good. If you have ESPN Plus, it's actually pretty freaking awesome.
So I'm assuming that you're going for Paul, Benny.
Yeah. I just want to see a good fight. I want to see somebody get knocked out. And for Jake Paul, it's a lose-lose. You knock out the old man, or you got knocked out by the old man. It's a lose-lose. There's a whole lot of money in it, and all their promotions and everything like that. He's got invested into it. He's going to make a lot of money. Tyson's going to make a lot of money. Going to make his grandchildren and great-grandchildren happy for years.
It was Lennox Lewis
that knocked out Tommy Morrison.
Yep.
Yeah. But
and Donovan Ruddock knocked him
I would
out
love
too.
to see Razor Ruddock.
Donovan Ruddock. Yeah, it's Ray.
So I would love to see Tyson just knock his head off, just for the fans to get what they all want. But in actuality, if you gave me $100 in my hand, you said put it on Tyson or Paul, I'd probably put it on Paul. That's just because I think he's younger, he's quicker, he's more cognizant. Fuck that cock word.
Cognizant?
Sure, whatever you want to call it. But he's I think he's more cognizant to the fight right now, as he's been doing it for a while, and Tyson hasn't done it for a long time. Oh, you don't forget this, you don't forget that, you don't forget this, but we'll see what happens. I think Jake knocks him out, and I think he's going to hurt all the old heads' feelings, and my feelings will be hurt too. I'm not saying I don't like Mike Tyson. My feelings will be hurt if Jake knocks out Mike. But if Mike knocks out Jake, sorry, Jake, this train is really slowing down real fast now that you got knocked out by the old man. I
think this fight goes either way.
Grandpa of boxing.
I do think Tyson's going to win. That's just my thought. But would I put money on it? No.
I gave you $100 right now and said put it on the winner, and you'll get $1,000. Where are you putting that money?
I wouldn't put any money on this fight.
If I gave you $100 and said put it on a winner, and
I tell you to keep your $100. Put it on good use.
Oh, don't be that scared to be wrong. How about you, Randy? If I gave you $100 right now and you'll win 1,000 if you pick the winner right.
Tyson.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
No doubt. You wouldn't have to give me $100. I'd put $100 with my own money on it.
I put young and fresh. That's the only reason why I picked Jake. I don't like Jake any better. I don't think Jake's cool. I'm not down for it. And hey, that drink that he does sponsored by is pretty good. But I'm not a big Jake fan. I'm a big Logan fan because I'm a pro wrestling fan. I think he came into a sport and did a very, very good freaking job at what he does for pro wrestling. And he's
a big impact.
He's way better than everybody gave him credit for.
Yeah.
And then now everybody hates him because he's that damn good at it. Jake's not that damn good at boxing.
I don't hate Logan Paul.
He gets. Oh, I know. I'm just saying, Jake's not that damn good at boxing where he could get that kind of credit from me. Logan's damn good at what he does. Jake, he's good at what he does. So,
but just that little bitty time that Logan's been in WWE, I can't complain.
Wow.
I'm super impressed with him. I'll be honest. I wasn't a Logan Paul fan. I wasn't. But
I'm not a fan of his podcasting and shit like that. But he
actually has a pretty dope podcast.
Yeah, it is pretty good. If you watch the wrestling ones, you'll like the wrestling ones. If you watch one with Rey Mysterio or Dom or Liv, you'll like those, Albert. I'm guaranteeing you'll like those, especially that he knows it. Or watch the Randy one. Randy gets real. Not you, Randy.
Yeah.
RKO.
Randy Orton.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I picked Tyson. And like I said, Tyson, if he does it in 3 rounds, if it goes to the 4th round, I might start leaning toward Jake Paul, because I don't know if Tyson has because of his age. Yeah.
100%.
But
Tyson.
I'm for Tyson. I mean,
I want Tyson to win too, but I just gave you the scenario. You gave me $100. It said pick a winner, and I'll give you $1,000. I would put my winning on Jake, just because he's younger, stronger, faster. But I hope Tyson does clean his clock. I don't know
if he's faster than Tyson.
I like Tyson. I like Tyson more than I like Jake. But if you want me to play a numbers game, I'm going to do that.
I just don't think he has the experience that Tyson has.
I just think,
even at Tyson's age, even at his age, he doesn't like it. He's not going to lose any of that experience.
No, I'll tell you one thing. If Jake takes anything from this fight, he takes experience. And that is good for him in boxing.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
And the experience that that Tyson has, Jake will never see that.
Yep.
You'll never see old school boxing the way it used to be.
Yeah.
You can never. You could take. I was trying to find a funny way to do it, but I can't think of a way. I was like, you could take the boxing out of Tyson, but you can't take the fight.
Nope.
You could take the boxing out of Tyson, but you can't take the fight.
And I was at work.
Jake has never had the fight. The fight that growing up in Catskill, New York, that Mike Tyson grew up, everything like that on the streets, growing up rough, tough. You can never, ever emulate that. Even fighting Mike Tyson, you can feel that, but you can never emulate that. And just because if Jake does knock out Tyson, doesn't mean he's all that. Doesn't mean he's all that. There's way much more to Tyson than anything. And if Tyson gets thrown right onto his fucking ass and into his head, that happens, but you'll never take the fight out of Tyson. Tyson has done so much, and Jake will never experience what Tyson went through. Just like you look at Logan Paul will never, ever experience anything that Undertaker had to go through to get to where he's standing today. He'll never have
any old school wrestler.
And that's what everybody gets mad about it, is they took the short road. So Jake really makes you hate Logan. Logan makes you hate Jake, especially with the Tyson fight going on. And Logan's a pro wrestler, used to be United States champion. You're like, you know what? Fuck you two fucking kids coming in here with no fucking experience anywhere, thinking you're all the way at the top. But where are they?
Top.
I was at work today and I was working. And I was thinking.
Crazy.
No way.
Yeah, I was really. I wonder what Custa Amato would say about this fight if he'd be alive.
I can
Tyson
tell
would
you what.
fucking murder him if Customato was still alive. But he
Yeah.
would be 109 years old.
Yeah.
Customato was young as fuck when he met Tyson.
What did Customato tell Tyson on his deathbed?
Get him, Rock. No, I don't know.
I'm not going to be here forever. Just remember what I taught you. Remember where you've been. And believe in yourself. There's no other fighter like you. There will never be another fighter like you.
And there won't be.
And that is burned into his soul.
That motherfucker.
He believes that wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
That motherfucker had his own Nintendo game.
And what sucks the most about it is, as soon as Gus died, everybody took advantage of Tyson. They took everything from
But
Tyson.
that fucking Don King.
Everybody did.
They took a lost. He was lost when Cuss died.
And
they took advantage. Yeah. He found him at what, 13?
He was pretty
13,
young.
14 years old. Yeah, he was really young. His first amateur fight was 16 or 17.
16, if I remember.
So I remember a story that I just recently heard again, that he had 18 arrests before his 12th birthday.
He was a trouble kid.
Oh yeah, he was DMX.
He never wanted to be a fighter, but he became a fighter because somebody tore the head off one of his pigeons and threw it at him. He beat the bully up that killed his pigeon. That was his first fight.
I love the one thing that I remember about young Tyson, and he's sitting there, and that guy is like in the middle of the ring, like bouncing like that. And Tyson just watching him move and just standing there, and his eyes are just going back and forth while this dude's like that. I'm like, dude, this dude is so cold. This dude is so cold. He was so cold.
I love Tyson, man.
I just gave it all away. I have millions of dollars. I just gave everybody money. Everybody who needed money, I gave him money.
Yeah, I love Tyson, man. He's a good dude now.
Robin Givens, fuck that bitch.
Yeah, stupid bitch. Tell us what you guys think. Leave a comment.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Mike Tyson is fighting Jake Paul, and Jake Paul is going to win because I had to put money on it and I had to go against the grain. So don't go Jake Paul, go Mike Tyson. I hope you prove me wrong, and that's what I want. But
it's $1, man.
I know, but I'm just saying you got to go with the controversy. There's got to be controversy.
Has to be.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy the fight. We'll talk to you after it.
Peace.